What's going on, people? 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. Five. Look, great news coming out. Ange has apparently completely roasted Gary Neville in his post-match interview. So get over and watch that. But just some words really from Vicario speaking to Sky Sports after the win. I think we have to be happy for tonight because it was a tough game. We saw in the first half they play compact, so we can't find the right line to pass the press. But we maintain focus. In the second half, we show that what we can do. But maybe to say a bit more concentrated in the last minutes. We have to stay focused for 100 minutes because just a little lapse can compromise a big win. We can enjoy this weekend and prepare for the first match. On conceding late on, he said every game you want to keep a clean sheet. I'm a little bit sad because it was in the 95th minutes or was in 95 minutes. It's not so good for a keeper, but I'm happy for the lads. Great team spirit and keeping going. And on his start to life at Spurs, of course, the performance is made by work during the week. We work hard, we train hard, we have to keep going and keep improving. But we would like to be the top. We have to work a lot and then recovery and we go again. We don't have to focus on the table, just preparing for the next match, focus on that, good recovery and then a good week of work. We can manage this situation and not look ahead too much. It's probably what some fans.
Listen, it's keeping it calm. It's keeping it focused. Be happy for the moment.
Yep.
Because look, football is all about moments. At the end of the day, we're on a good moment. We have been for a little while now, but that's all it is. Things can change very quickly. So focus. Be happy for tonight. But as of tomorrow, back at the grind.
We move.
We absolutely move.
And just before we get to the first caller, MJC member for 2 months. What a result. 5 points clear. Come on, you Spurs. And MJC follows that up with Harry Who. Absolutely right. There's going to be a lot of callers calling in, I'm sure. And we'll get to the first one.
Absolutely.
And I think you all know who this person is.
I haven't seen him and haven't seen or heard from him for a while now.
No, I know. It's the same, mate. It's the same. Don't worry. He's turned into the new Danny Kyriakou.
I wouldn't go as far as that, but
it's Mr. Brian Daigle.
We'll let him answer. Big up, Brian.
How are we doing, guys? Yeah, I'm good. Got COVID at the moment.
Oh.
Shut up, Nick.
No, we genuinely can't hear you.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not muted.
Hang on. Can you hear him? I can't hear him either.
I can't hear him either.
Sorry, Brian. It's not a setup, I promise you.
It's not a setup.
Okay.
We generally can't hear you. I knew he's thinking... Barry's going to say it because I always say it, but we really can't hear you. What are you doing, Sammy? What are you doing? What's going on?
Plugged in properly. Yeah, we're all plugged in.
We're all plugged in, mate.
Plugged in. Just can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Brian. Genuinely cannot hear you. Genuinely. Everyone else can hear you. But we can't hear you. Oh, now I can hear myself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. We can hear you now.
But you can hear yourself as well.
But we can hear ourselves as well. So we got a bit of the James Madison's going on here.
No, you should be right.
Right. It's Brian from Tottenham on tour.
How are you doing, boys?
Oh no,
we
it's
can't
gone again.
hear
It's
him,
gone,
Sammy. It's gone again. What are you doing?
I don't know what to do here. I don't know what it is, lads.
Hang on. Yeah, I've got the echo again. I've got the James Madison again.
So I can't actually,
What are you doing, Sammy? We're so sorry to everyone in the chat and to Brian. I think we're going to change the cable.
I don't know what it is.
You do that. I hope everyone
Sammy
in the chat
doesn't know what it is.
Try again?
Brian?
Can you hear me now?
No. What the fuck? Why can I hear him?
You can hear him, Sam.
I can hear him like this.
Can't hear him at all. It's not like one of us can hear him. And
Yeah, it's not like I can ask him questions and then we can just check him. We haven't.
What is going on, lad?
no, we haven't.
It could just be the wireless broken.
Is it KPV? I can hear KPV in the background.
Everyone can hear. Everyone can hear. But we can't hear.
I can't hear him. I don't even know. Do you want to try that splitter?
which we'll try.
Well, you know what? Take that out and just plug your headphone in that and see if it's the splitter. Can you hear him?
No.
I genuinely don't know what it is, to be honest.
Yes, Danny Kiriaki, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back
I've-
in? Oh, look who it
I've
is. He
just
comes
seen
in.
it.
Super chat from David MJ Park while we're waiting. Big up Spurs. Brian, do you watch the Canadian Premier League?
If you mean the MLS, hardly ever. And Toronto right now are
Everyone
awful.
else can hear it, but yeah.
Toronto right now are woeful in the MLS.
Never been in this situation. Why does it always happen, Sammy?
I don't know what it could be.
Who knows?
Let's have a look. I think we're just going to have to go with us hearing everyone, hearing us and Brian, aren't we?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just do that. Let's just do that. No, it's all right. It's all right.
You sure?
It's going to have to be, Sammy. It's going to have to be. Let's just do that, mate. Let's just do that. We'll have to have a bit of James Maddison. We can't fix it. Just do what we did.
All right then.
And we'll go with the James Maddison echo, and then
Alright, I won't be able to hear this. You've got to tell me when to pull them off or put them on.
when to pull him off.
Like, as in, like say goodbye.
Said the actor. Said to the bishop. But anyway, Brian, how are you, mate?
Apart from having COVID, I'm all good.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm just going to take some Saka Arsenal tears.
You do that. You do that. Iggy, how are you, bro?
I'm good, mate. How are you? How did you see the game tonight?
I watched it at home. I weren't going to go to the Scotland Yard. What can I say? Was it pretty? No. Do I care? No. Are we 5 points clear at the top of the league? Yes. Are we undefeated? Yes. Have we gone 3 wins out of 3 in October? Yes. Is Ange likely to get a third manager of the month? Yes. What more can you say? It's astonishing what's happening, but brilliant. It weren't pretty, but it was a huge. You got to remember, this is a huge test. It was our first game, apart from Fulham Burnley, where it was like back-to-back Premier League games, and we passed another test.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And I think Iggy was spot on with, we get that first goal, we're going to get another goal, and then the game was pretty comfortable until that dubious handball. I mean, what was your thoughts on that? Do you think it was handball? Is it handball? I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's hard to say. Let's face it. It was Porro went up maybe went up a little bit too early, misjudged the flight of the ball. It's an exceptional finish by the Palace striker. And those ones, listen, we've all been bitching and moaning about handballs. I think that one, if it had been given, would have been very harsh. Let's be fair. So you got to be fair when it comes to this. I think it would have been fair. But one thing I do really want to talk about is, I've said it before, that you really notice how bad you miss a player when he's out. And boy, did we miss Destiny today. You could tell the difference without him. You could see it. But first half was quite sloppy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the ref contributed to that with the way in which he was not giving fouls or not putting his sort of ascendancy on the game by giving a yellow card early doors, because there was probably 1, maybe 2 tackles that probably could have put one of those Palace players in a book.
Yeah, I mean, that was an issue, but also I think the biggest issue for me is the first half when Van der Ven, who was absolutely unbelievable once again. Oh, mate, he was sensational. He is just incredible. Especially when you heard Carragher and Neville saying against Brentford he looks stiff and United, but now he's magnificent, or now he's incredible. He is outstanding. But when he went down holding his knee, I was like, oh, please, God, no. Just please, no. And thankfully he got up. But yeah, Nick, you're right. The referee weren't the best, but the second half was different, wasn't it? We came out as a different team. Ben Davies. One thing. Let's talk about Richarlison. Has to be dropped for Brennan Johnson for Chelsea. I put a tweet out at half-time saying that I think we need his pace and his directness. You can see the difference he made. He had a great contribution for the second goal, and we just looked better with him on, didn't we?
Yeah, we looked much better on that left hand side with Brennan Johnson and Emerson Royale. I had to get him in there, obviously.
Shocking that you did. But of course, another highlight was having Bentancur back, wasn't it? I don't think
It
the
was great
Premier
to
League
see.
is ready. I don't think the Premier League's ready for Bissouma, Maddison, and Bentancur. But also, Sarr was brilliant as well today.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely, he was brilliant today. He does so much off the ball. He was brilliant. But like we said, it's another 3 points in the bag. And who would have said going into November, Spurs would have been undefeated, top of the league
New
at
manager
the moment
bounce.
by 5.
New manager bounce, Brian.
Mate, let's just keep this thing bound. We must have like a major slinky or one of those huge bounces. Bloody hell, mate. It just keeps going and going and going, and long may it continue. Mate, long may it continue. You can just sit, mate. You can see the connection with the players and the fans are back as well, especially with the manager. It's just incredible things happening at Tottenham Hotspur at the moment.
If we can, at the end of the day, the best thing about our team for me continuously is the spine. The spine of the team is so strong. I did think in the first half we weren't good enough in the wider areas, both right and left. Obviously, the left one was a bit more disjointed because we have two players that haven't played there forever. I mean, Dave, when was the last time we saw Davis and Richarlison? So when we was able to up the quality, Emerson is technically a good player. Defensively, he's very sound, and obviously they stopped coming on that right hand side. And more importantly, we weren't dragging Van der Ven on the cover like it was in the first half. We stopped that. And obviously, like you rightly say, Brennan Johnson did add more quality. He played a part in the goal as well. And so in that little amount he was on the pitch, he contributed a bit more in the final third. And obviously, Cooley started taking on his man a little bit more. Apart from that, little bit like missing the head that contributed to the goal, which I felt, and I continuously, and I've seen it a few times since. I still think it should have been ruled out, but it doesn't matter now. But I thought the quality and the wings was a lot better in the second half, and that's where once we got ahead, which was the most important part of it for me. I knew we was going to go on and win that game quite comfortably, and in the end we did.
Well, Nick, is it just me? But like we were second half Tottenham last season under Conte, Kulusevski seems to be a second half player. He starts the first half very slow, but not having a bad game. He just starts it slow, like in the final third, and then in the second half, he has much more of an impact in the second half. I don't know if that's a tactical thing. I don't know if that's they want to play more
space, Brian. It just had more space in the second half. The spaces started to open up. Son started getting in a little bit more. As Maddison started to affect, all our attacking players benefit from having space and pitch to run on. And I'll tell you something else, and I'll say it here right now. With Bentancur's return, you will see another level of Kulusevski coming up. I really do. I know people getting on his back a lot. I do get that. I know he's got more in him, and I think that with Bentancur's return, because they're really good mates as well, and I think that will benefit his game also. I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited like every Spurs fan. I'm excited right now.
You've got to be. Like we said, if someone had said, listen, joking, if we have a little joke here, we're 16 points away from 40, so we can all relax about that. Because apparently we were going to be a mid-table team this season, weren't we, without certain players and whatever. November, December, we'll see. I mean, December for everyone in the Premier League, it's a hard month. But to have this start that we've had, and to have this momentum and this bond that this team has got, and this connection and love for the manager and everything, it's only positive, isn't it? It is only positive. We just need to stay away from injuries, and make sure that in January players do come in, and we go from there, because we have got something building here. And we need to carry on building. We have to carry on building with it. But what we've got at the moment are just going above and beyond what any of us thought.
I hope the internationals don't hurt us, because that's coming up again. And then for me, if we can stay in the mix, at the end of the day, no one's saying about title or anything like that. We just need to stay in the mix to have a really good second half of the season. And then it will come down. I really do believe it will come down to what we do in January as well. If we do something to help this current team, the crop of players, by adding a couple of players on to really up the quality and quantity of the quality of the players that we bring in, to then go again that second half. You saw the importance of the two players that came in for Conte in Bentancur and Kulusevski. That helped us massively. And we was in the same situation we are now, playing one game a week. Those two players made a huge difference. If we can do that for Ange Postecoglou in January, I know we're a bit off from that, but I'm really thinking there. I think that's where we will play a big chunk of our season.
Well, you look at you started that saying, I hope the international break doesn't affect us. Let's have a look. We've had 2 right now, and they certainly haven't. So let's hope that it happens again. And this is the last one till March. So this is what it comes down to right now. Everything is going well. We just hope we got Chelsea, then Villa, then it's the international break. So we got there 2 enormously tough games. And if I would go as far as to say, if we can stay undefeated, let alone take 6 points, take 4 points, or even take 2, if we can go undefeated into the middle of November or whenever that works out, still undefeated, still sitting pretty at the top of the league, then you've got to start thinking what can we do in the second half of the season. That's got to be the objection now. We've got to start thinking about it. But as we speak right now, everything is going our way, and long may this continue.
Absolutely.
All right, Brian, just a final thing. Did you answer obviously we couldn't hear you, about the Canadian Premier League, because there was another super chat in from David. He said, not the MLS, the terrible Canadian League. Go Cavalry FC. Yeah,
so I know I know of it, and a member of Toronto Spurs is very big part of North York, or the team that plays here in North York, which would be my local team, and also Paul Stalteri is part of it. So I'm aware of it. Have I watched any of it? Not a goddamn second of it. Put it that way.
Brian, just on Angie's press kind of talking after the game. We've got it's brilliant. You'll love it. He says, I thought we handled it well. It's not an easy place to come, and the way we set up their discipline defensively. I think we stayed patient and scored 2 good goals. I'm really pleased. I thought it went how the game would go, and it would take time for us to open them up. I'm happy that we stayed disciplined and stuck to the football we wanted to play. Every week is a different challenge. The key for us was to be disciplined, focused, and persistent in our play when we did that. I think the spell between the first and second goal, we were dominant and played some really good football, and then still think the lads handled the end of the match well. We haven't faced that situation this year, and there was a really clear-headedness about the team, and there was no rushing and panicking, which was a good sign. On the handball claims for Jordan Ayew's goal, this is brilliant. I'm not going to talk about handball. I have no idea what is a handball anymore.
That's it. He's right. No, but he's absolutely bang on the money. But the one thing I'll pick up on that is the discipline. We all got worried. And fair play to Yves Bissouma, because we all know he's been making rash challenges. He has to get through this game without a booking. And he did it. He stayed disciplined. He did what he had to do. And listen, mate, whatever Ange Postecoglou says, I completely, totally and utterly agree with. Like I said, he could read the back of a cereal box, and I would want him to read another one. The man is a genius, and I love this man to pieces. And what a blessing it is that we have got him.
Yeah, look, Brian, absolutely. I mean, what are your thoughts on Monday's game coming up against Chelsea?
This is, as you know, you two will know very, very well. The game for me, the game of the season at White Hart Lane, is always the filth from the other side of North London. It's all about this one for me this season. There's just so much.
That will never be part of North London. South Londoners.
This game is massive. There is so much added spice to this game on next Monday, and the fact we've now got 9 days to recover, or 10 days, whatever it works out at. gets a doggy fit, gives Bentancur more time, gives the whole team a rest. We'll be fit, firing, and ready to go. The Spurs fans, I think, people talk a lot. I mean, I've seen what it's like in the stadium this season, and people talk about the 3-0 when we beat the field with Conte. I think this game against Chelsea is going to be the game of all games for that 12th man. And I think it's 3 points for Tottenham.
He's magic, you know.
Yeah, he ain't magic anymore, mate.
Yo. Oh, Brian.
Yes, sir. So listen, I'll let you guys crack on and get on with the rest. I'm not going to leave. When Spurs have a win, I'm not leaving with my normal thing. So it's not about that, man. It's about the team today. So once again, I will say, have a great show, guys. Nick, Iggy, I will give you a call this weekend for sure. And come on, you Spurs.
Yeah. Spurs. Come on, you Spurs. Oh dear. Yeah, he's gone, Sammy. He's gone, mate. Yeah, I was telling you he's gone. He's gone. Yeah. When he said "Come on, you Spurs," you should have.
That's the cue. Come on, you Spurs.
That's the cue, Sammy. That's the cue. Which splitter now?
A happy Brian.
I can't hear otherwise. Huh?
You can. I can plug it into mine as well. Then.
What?
Oh no! Where's the white one?
I just threw it at you. Should be behind it. Should be by the fan. I threw it at you. Right. Sammy, this is going all. You found it, yeah? Crazy.
Oh, that's a happy Brian there, wasn't it?
It was a happy Brian. He didn't do, and as always.
Always. No, he's waiting till January. We'll have to wait till January.
We have to wait. Yeah, we have to
see
wait.
If this team gets. Listen, guys, I really do hope that, as brilliant as the team, the manager, the fans are all doing right now, we're so united. Come January, if we're still in the mixer, man, we've got to bring at least a couple of players in to really push us on. I think it's a clear sign. It's a clear intent as well to say, look, we want this to go on. You send a message out there to everyone to say, we are not stopping. This is only the beginning. And I think those are the kind of signs you need to send out. Hopefully. But we'll have time to speak about that in due course.
Yeah, absolutely. Right then, let's get our next guest on.
Before that, can you hear yourself?
Yes, we can still hear ourselves, Sammy. Hey, it's Mikey. How you doing, Mikey? Can't hear Mikey now. What are you doing, Sammy?
That's because I'm muted, mate.
Oh,
Mikey's muted at your end. Got ya. We can hear you now, Mike.
I wasn't expecting to be the next one, so I didn't unmute myself in preparation. I do apologise.
Mikey, give us your thoughts on the game, my man.
You know what? That sorry, my voice is a little croaky from celebrating. I'm more impressed with the fact that we've gone 5 points clear than the performance, to be honest. I think the performance was a little bit... I was talking to a guy at the pub and I said, these are the kind of games that you have to win in order to be champions. You say it very tentatively, but these are the kind of games that you have to win. These are the games that in the past we wouldn't have won. The way we played in the first half, we wouldn't have come out and played the way we did in the second half, usually. So I think that is a huge testament to the work that Ange Postecoglou has done for us in such a short space of time. Nine games in, 5 points clear. No matter how you read it, that's got to be a success, right?
Yeah, look, Mikey, I think you're right, because I think if you look at years gone by, every time there's been an opportunity for Spurs to get back into the top four or go 6 points clear of someone or to try and take that opportunity, we haven't taken it. And at every chance thus far this season, we've taken the chance, you know? And it's a different Spurs.
It certainly seems that way. I mean, we said it under Conte. We were saying, like, grinding out results is good. When we get going, it will be great. And we never did get going, but we have already got going. And now we're starting to grow. The 2-0 against Fulham wasn't our best football. I feel like the second half football we played in that game continued into the first 45 today. And then I think Postecoglou gave him a bollocking at halftime because what I saw in the second half was not not our flying best this season for sure, but it was definitely an improvement. I mean, you know, Palace were probably, if any team was going to be 1-0 up at halftime, it probably deserved to be Palace. But in the second half, I think we made sure of it. You know, I think the man of the match. I don't think I was watching Sky Sport. I don't think they awarded a man of the match award. I was umming and ahhing between who it was, and I saw the stats, and it was just, again, it's Christian Romero. I think at times it was him versus the world back there, and he's doing an outstanding job. I think I'd give him man of the match just because of how good he was.
And what was most pleasing for you today with the substitutions, Mikey? Obviously, we saw the return of Bentancur. I mean, I think today Ange got the substitutions right, and they had an impact on the game. I think rather than having a detriment to the game.
I think that's great because we saw against Fulham, once the substitutes came on, it kind of toned down. It was just about game management, and we did manage the game very well. Once we started pressing higher and got those 2 goals, it seemed to be like we're always looking for that 2-goal cushion. Obviously, Ange's motto is we never stop, but it always seems like even at 1-0, we're still pressing with perhaps even more intensity. We're always going for that 2-goal margin, and I think I'm seeing that today. You know, you saw it against Fulham, you've seen it against Man United, against everyone who we've been 1-0 up against. We always try and go for that 2-0 margin. Maybe aside from the game against Brentford, we always go for that 2-goal margin, and I'm very happy with that. And so I think today it showed with the substitutes. I think Emerson Royale coming on for Ben Davies was a masterstroke. I think that improved our left-hand side considerably because they were targeting that. I could see every time Johnston was going long, he was looking for their right winger, who I think was Ayew this game. They were looking for him, and so I saw when Emerson came on, I thought, let's see how it does. And I think he substituted him very well. I've always said that Ben Davies is a solid 6 out of 10 player, but I think that is starting to be replaced. My thinking is started by Emerson Royale because he was really good today, filling in for probably the most informed left back in the league right now. So I still think there's improvements to be made, and we definitely need squad depth, as you mentioned. But I was very happy with Emerson's impact. Obviously, Rodrigo Bentancur came back, and Brennan Johnson got his first assist. Every time he's played, he's done stuff. You know, goal against Sheffield that was ruled out. You know, made things happen against Arsenal, unlucky not to score. And then today he's got his assists. He's been very, very good when he's played. So I hope to see more of it, especially Richarlison's dipping form.
Yeah, 100%, Mikey. I mean, looking forward, Chelsea on Monday. Are you concerned about anything? Are you worried about anything?
Nah. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for the Chelsea game. So I'm very much looking forwards to welcoming the formerly Magic Man back to his old hunting ground. I mean, he didn't get to play in the new stadium for long. It was about 6 months after he got sacked, after we moved into the new stadium, so he didn't get to make it his home for long. So I hope that he can come back and not get anything. I'm sure the fans will be singing "He's Magic," as a testament to him, or maybe they won't because he went to Chelsea. Who knows? But either way, the atmosphere, like Brian said, it's going to be buzzing, maybe evanescent of the 3-0 against Arsenal, and we'll see what happens. But I'm just very, very, very excited for the game. I really am.
Nice one, Mike.
Cool. Anything else?
I mean, I do want to give a quick shout. I think I was a little bit kind of what's the word? Dubious decision to start Bissouma instead of Højbjerg, in my opinion, and I think it kind of showed. Bissouma looked a little bit off it today. He just didn't seem like he was fully on it. And when Højbjerg came on, I feel like there was just a little bit more presence in the pit in the middle. Maybe that's down to Bissouma having missed, having to get back into his flow. But I do think I might get some pelts, but I think Højbjerg was better than Bissouma today.
Do you think that part of that was because he was worried about that yellow card? He was worried about missing Chelsea, and it was in the back of his mind, and he thought, if I do this, it could put us on the back foot, and then potentially we may have had to rush Bentancur back for Chelsea, or we would have then played a Højbjerg, and then he would have got kind of taken apart. I mean, look, for me, Højbjerg came on, and that's probably the best I've seen him play for a while. And someone mentioned it in the chat about his long balls over the top, and you saw what he was doing, and he definitely had an impact on the game. Whereas in previous weeks he's kind of not really done that.
Yeah, you could definitely see as soon as Johnson and I think Højbjerg came on at the same time Johnson did, you could see every time Højbjerg got the ball, it was like a marker almost. It was like an indicator. As soon as Højbjerg got the ball, I noticed several times Son would pull in and Johnson would make a diagonal run in behind the centre back. So I think that's something they've worked on. I think Højbjerg's long balls against Fulham were really good, even just to get us out of trouble and get us at the pitch. But today, yeah, I think our winger combination still needs to get to be fixed. I'm not happy with Kulusevski. That today he was non-existent, and I'm not happy at all with Richarlison. I think he was, again,
with Kulusevski was non-existent. Richarlison, what was Richarlison?
Kulusevski, at least he had Mitchell on toast a couple of times. Like, you know, Joel Ward he's not a bad right back, but he's not, you know, he's not all that. And for Richarlison not to have beaten him, like not to have made any meaningful impact going up against Joel Ward, I think says a lot about what's going on. He seems to have blow hot and cold more than a shower. It's ridiculous. I just think he's got to be taken out of the starting 11. For Chelsea, I think it's got to be Brennan Johnson, because if they've got Cucurella, I don't know if Chilwell's going to be fit. If they've got Mark Cucurella play, or whoever their right back is, Malo Gusto, Reece James, whatever, I don't want to see Richarlison. I want to see Brennan Johnson, because their fullbacks, as we know from the Poch era, they love to attack. And I want to see Johnson keeping them occupied. I don't want to see Richarlison get a simple pass and it goes out for a throw-in when he's 5 yards from the touchline.
Yeah, and I think Reece James probably will come back in on that right-hand side. So we're going to need someone there with some pace with Brennan Johnson, but also Destiny Udogie there to come back in, and obviously from a defensive point of view as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to leave some holes in behind. Chelsea are going to come out and attack, and I think we're going to see a game. I mean, I think it could potentially be a high-scoring game, purely because Chelsea are going to attack and leave spaces in the back that we can exploit, which we haven't really had in the last few games.
The one thing I'm worried about, I don't know where Sterling's playing this season. I don't know if he's on the right or the left, but if they've got a right side of Sterling and Gusto versus our left-hand side of Udogie and, let's for this argument's sake say Johnson, I think that's going to be a very interesting battle. And I'm looking forward to seeing, more than anything, I'm looking forward to seeing Heung-min Son versus Thiago Silva. I think that's going to be a battle for the ages, and obviously seeing how we do. But look, honestly, I think Bentancur's return is a boost for us all. I think he'll get more and more minutes. I think he'll play maybe 15 against Chelsea, maybe even come on at halftime for Wolves, and then be ready to start versus Villa after the internationals if his recovery is going as well as we've been led to believe. So maybe he can even start against Wolves. If Bissouma gets a yellow card in the Chelsea game, that opens up another vacancy in the midfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I won't keep you for too long, because I've been talking a lot, and I know that the next man is very, very loved by this audience. So I'm going to let him have his 5 minutes of fame, 15 minutes fame, sorry, and I will see you all on the next stream.
See you soon, Mikey.
Take care,
have fun
Mike.
at Chelsea, mate.
I will.
Thanks very much.
Big up, man. Ange Postecoglou speaking to Sky Sports. Let the Tottenham fans dream. That's what being a football supporter is all about. It's fair to say this lot have suffered a fair bit. This is a tough place to come, and we had to work for our victory. They're a really well-organised team, and I knew we had to be patient. It was another different way for us to win a game. It's still a new team, but they're handling all these different scenarios really well. I think for us, you know what it's like when you get a bit of momentum. My role within this is to just keep pushing them. I just think there's still so much more growth in this team. Provided they're still coming in every day and working hard, that gives me the opportunity to keep pushing them.
It's all about the here and now. It's just if you listen to what he's saying, it's all about the here and now. It's not looking too far ahead, not looking to so we're getting carried away with ourselves. It's just enjoy the moment, be in the moment, and then just having continuous growth. That's all you can hope for.
Absolutely. And here we go. We've got our next guest. He's not got his Kulusevski shirt on. He's not got an Arsenal shirt on or a Man City shirt on. But he still blocked me on YouTube, so we'll have to have a word with him when he comes on. And it's the one, the only KPV, and he's live.
Shut up, Barry. Stop bringing up the blocking stuff. You know I haven't. So enough of this, okay? Stop. How many times I've got to tell you? Every time you're in the chat, I always hear it. I always see it. So I haven't blocked you, okay? It's because when you do a watch along, I can't see because I want to do a watch along, but whoever's in the studio, like you need like a big fan zone thing, like done for Sky Sports 3 seasons ago in the North London Derby.
Wait a
Like,
second, I just realised why you couldn't hear it. Did you have the TV muted? Nick,
uh-oh.
Sorry, hang on a minute. I think we've realised.
did you have the TV muted?
Yeah.
Well, that could have been it. That could have been.
So it was me.
It was
Hang on, KPV. Hang on, KPV. We're just going to fix it.
Yeah.
Because the TV was on mute.
Who muted it, man?
I did.
How? Why?
After the game.
And I was getting stick from Danny and...
Oh Lord.
Right.
Oh my.
Can you hear him now?
We can hear him and there's no echo.
Finally,
Sorry, KPV. Do continue.
do continue. Like, yeah, first half, not a good performance again. Fulham game, like, first goal from Son, and he only scored bangers, but yeah, that's 8 goals now. He's only 1 behind, but yeah, he will score against Chelsea as he does, but yeah, I know the De Bruyne's in the background is still going to see his team lose on Monday, so I'm definitely going to go to the game, so you won't be seeing me until after the game when I'm back on the train, because the train's always too loud. If you hear it, whoever's doing a fan show will hear the train too loud. When there's people in the train talking louder, listen to music, so you have to take my old headphones, so you won't hear, but yeah, I'm going to have to take my old headphones with me, so you won't hear too much, but if you do, sorry that you will have to pull up, but that's it. But no, but great win, 5 points clear, like, the impossible can happen, like, Tottenham going to do a Leicester, like, when Vardy was actually not injured, but he was suspended for the Swansea game when he got sent off against West Ham when they won the league, so he wasn't injured, he was just suspended for the Swansea game, but the impossible is happening, it's happening, people. Kuva said it, everyone said it, and Defoe even mentioned it. Why not? Like, why can't we? I don't care what Gary Neville said. He's chatting shit. Jimmy with that. He's chatting shit. We're in a title race. I don't care what anyone else says. If they say we're not, then go support someone else, people, in the chat, because we are in a title race. Like, I know we've got Villa and Man City, but Unai Emery always seems to beat us, but that's not going to happen this time with Big Andrew around, new team, and the Premier League's not ready for Bentancur or Bissouma and, yeah, Maddison. 3 midfielders, like, yeah, the good thing is Bissouma got substituted because he didn't want to miss the big game. That's not this Monday, coming next Monday, so good choice by the gaffer, and great to see Lola, apparently that's what he's called, Ben Seckers, the fans welcomed him back, and hopefully Ben and Sim enjoyed that. But Sim went for 2-0, Ben went for 3-0, so another big 5-pointer for Simeone. Lucky sort, but they should get me involved, and I can get more points for that. I've already got Maddison, Sean, and Van der Ven, so more points in FPL to add to the collection. So great win, bring on Chelsea, and yeah, we got Man City after Wolves after the Chelsea game.
You didn't. What was your thoughts on Emerson Royale, KPV?
Emma Goat, brilliant. Your man, Emma Goat. When you're in the studio, he does brilliant. When you're not in the studio, he does poor. But he done brilliant against Brentford. yeah, the starting goal when Madison was actually fouled, the ref didn't give a free kick. He just played on. Like Andy Madley tonight was shocking. He didn't
Yeah.
give any yellow cards to Crystal Myth FC. Like 5 foot, yeah, that's what Palace are called. Crystal Myth FC. Expressions calls them that, and so we win at Palace again. The last time we won there was 2018-19 when a certain someone from Argentina, Juan Foyt, scored. So that was nearly, what, 6 years ago. So under Port. So 1-0 win, but 2-0, and last season 4-0. So yeah, we just love winning at Palace. They've only beaten us twice. You heard Mikey say it a couple of days ago before the game. So they've only beaten us twice, but we've beaten them many times. So yeah, Pardew and Vieira have only beaten us then. But yeah, we keep winning. Bring on Chelsea, and yeah, long may it continue. Invincible running coming. Everyone, I don't care what you all say, but it's gonna happen. So,
Calm, KPV. Calm, mate.
I
Calm.
know,
Don't go
but-
too soon, KPV. Don't go too soon. This can
Yeah,
still go wrong, KPV. We have another
Well,
28 games. It can
I
still
know
go
that,
wrong.
I know that, my friend, but we're still gonna long may it continue. I want to just wind up them Arsenal fans, see their eyes quiet, see them quiet, because they were the first team to do it in the Premier League era, but not in the actual first division. That was question. So the Arsenal.
Come on, KPV.
Go on, KPV. Laura, big up KPV. Laura says hello, by the way. She says, say hello to KPV. She,
Hello.
you're her favourite.
Thanks that, Laura, but I'll take it. But yeah, friends only, but nothing else. Sorry, because I'm already with KT, so yeah, I've already got KT. I broke up with Sylvie.
You broke up with Sylvie. Yeah, KPV.
Yeah,
That wasn't me saying you could go out with my wife. That was
No,
me
I
just
thought-
saying she said hello to you, mate. I know
No,
you're a women, a ladies man, but that's taking it too far.
Sorry,
It all starts with hello, KPV.
Yeah.
sorry. I've got another KT, not that one, the other one, the one with glasses, the one who was at the disco. She looks like Emma Watson. Not this one, you cheeky sword. A different one. Different one. Anyway, I'm with the other one who looks like Emma Watson. So, different one, not this one, okay? So, not
Okay.
that one.
So who are you going to the Chelsea game with, KPV? You going with Katie, or are you going with someone else, mate? You going on more dates, and you got more dates in the calendar at the moment, mate.
I'm hoping to go with some of the lads. I'm hoping to get Katie involved to come because she lives somewhere in Stortford, but she's in a different care home to where I am. But I'm hoping to get her involved to come, but we'll see. But yeah, I need to get a ticket. And Monday Night Football, eh? How many times we played on Monday Night Football, man? Like, that's probably 4 or 5 times we played. Played on Monday Night Football, last season 1-0 win, this season 2-0 win at home, but 1-0 away, 2-0 at home. So, Fulham, we have their number. So, Fulham FC, leaders, and yeah, we just won tonight. So, bring on Chelsea Monday night, and return of, the West. Poch is not getting a clap from me, I'm sorry, but he'll probably get booed. He said he found Chelsea as our biggest rivals, but yeah, Judas, man. I don't care what anyone says, it's still a traitor. You don't, name me players who played for Tottenham and Chelsea. Ida Goodjohnson, I know was one. He was a Barcelona, but he came back, got us top 4 under Harry Redknapp. So, but bring on Chelsea. I need to get a ticket, and the atmosphere is going to be brilliant, and more of the same from that. When last season, and you heard it here first, another Oliver Skip bang going coming. Sorry, Sammy, but it's coming, mate, because I know you was in the studio for the game with Brian Daigle and Marlon. So
Yes, Sammy.
enjoy watching.
Yes,
Enjoy
Sammy.
I know he was in the studio because I watched the watch along. I know it was Brian and Marlon and Sammy sitting down, but
Sammy was sat
watching-
down in his shirt with the receipt still on, with tags still on his shirt, wasn't it?
It's good, but enjoy. I know they've won their 3 times, but as I said last season, that streak was ended and we finally won. So, but yeah, long may it continue. We're going to win this for a second season in a row, and they've won 3, and we've only beaten them once, but we couldn't score a single goal past them when they came to us first time under Jose Mourinho. But 3 wins they did. But let's make it 2 in a row this season and next season. But we still got to go to Scunthorpe Bridge, blood. Like, not another battle of the bridge. There was a robbery, but who cares from August last year? We deserved the point. Should have won on the bridge, but they've got Thiago Silva, who scored home and away 2 seasons ago under Tommy Tuchel, his old manager in PSG, but he's now not captain. I think it's still Reece, but I hear he's still injured, so he won't play. But he ain't going to score again because they had Tony, Rudiger, but they ain't going to win on Monday. They're getting slapped. And yeah, enjoy the game, people. I'll be there and I'll be screaming louder when we score 5 because, yeah, hopefully we can score 5 because repeat of 2015, mate. 5-3, but I want 5-0, man, and absolutely batter these lot. And then we'll make continue, mate. We're still not lost the London Derby yet, so still
Exactly, KPV. Exactly. Look, mate, you go and you can say hello to Katie, who looks like Emma Watson. If you're at the game, KPV will be signing autographs, taking pictures. He doesn't charge much, only 50 quid a picture and £100 for an autograph. But yeah, big up KPV. Good to see you. And we'll see you again soon, no doubt.
Yeah, no doubt. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
I'm out. Over now.
He's going to go and listen to Who Let the Dogs Out now, or KPV, his favourite. Barry did. Barry let the dogs out. Oh, my God. Sammy, is there anyone else? There is. Oh, it's she's fresh from her appearance on the football terrace, and she's fresh from mocking young Spurs fans and gaslighting everyone. So, what's her name? You can call her Grot Bags if you want, but her real name is Kate, from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. So while we're getting that ready, because Sammy is there, she's also making her debut, I think, tonight. She's in demand, but just be careful because she likes to push her husband down the stairs. So let's get her on. It's Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Hi, Nick. How are you both?
We're very well. How are you?
Very happy tonight. How are you,
I'm
most
good,
importantly?
I'm good, thank you, apart from the slanderous comments from Nick just then. I'm innocent until proven guilty.
Nothing new there.
Jim, blink twice, Jim. Blink twice. Let us know you're safe.
Kate,
Great
how
win
did you see
tonight.
the match? Yeah, how did you see the match tonight? What did you like? What did you do? What things we got to improve on? But obviously, after a win, we've got to probably talk about the things that we enjoyed most.
Well, yeah, it was definitely one of those games of two halves. First half, I thought we was appalling, absolutely diabolical. Thought I was back to watching Conte ball. If it had been against a better team, I fear that we would have been punished. But then the second half, Ange obviously got a foot up their backsides and they came out a different team. I know it was an own goal, but Maddison putting the ball in low and hard always puts the defence under pressure, obviously paid off. And then Sonny's scoring some beautiful goals this season. I know he is the master of a beautiful goal, but it's nice to see him. And then as typical Spursy fashion in my predicted 2-1, we let them get a late goal and made everyone sweat a little bit. But you know what? We got the result. We're 5 points clear. So, you know, what's not to be happy about?
Okay, a couple of things, Nick. So a couple of things. First of all, what did you make of that goal that they scored? Should it have been ruled out for you or not?
I don't think it was handball. I mean, the rules these days are ridiculous. I think every time they give a handball, I say, you know, oh, if that's a handball, that's ridiculous. And I said the same thing. So, no, for me, it wasn't a handball.
Okay.
So, no, I don't think it should have been ruled out.
Secondly, what I wanted to ask you, obviously, I think the game that you saw in the first, that we all saw in the first half, is I feel there's going to be more and more teams that are going to come set up like that. Obviously, not Man City and Arsenal and teams like that. They will play their game, but teams like Palace and sort of that level, if you like, and below, they're not going to want to face Tottenham toe to toe, because they'll get absolutely annihilated if they do. So I feel that we're going to see maybe a lot more first halves like that, where the teams are compact, the opponents are compact. They probably play outside the edge of the box, which is probably what we're struggling with at the moment, is to really break that down. And I feel, whilst a lot of people was like, come on, Tottenham, like, you get at them, we can't, because we have to try and unlock this situation. Where I felt that we weren't good enough was in the wide areas. I think our spine of the team is really good and solid, so we have to get on the outside. And I feel like that's where Kulu was having his own struggles. Richarlison, I mean, what do you want me to say about him? And obviously behind them two, the fullbacks, Davis is just coming back. That chain on the left I didn't like at all. Which is why it was changed in the second half. In the first half, on the right, we was also struggling. But the second half was a lot better, and with the changes, that amplified those even more, and we got in the end. Do you feel, rather, I know you said like you felt like we was awful in that first half, but do you not feel that also is the merit of the opponents that kind of set up that way to really not leave themselves open to us, and we were the ones that have to try and break that deadlock, try and unlock them. And the second half, once we got the goal, it was all free fall after that.
Yeah, I think you've got to give Palace credit. I thought they were very good in the first half. They sussed us right out, really, and made it extremely difficult.
Could have scored as well.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I don't like Kulusevski as a winger. I think he's dreadful as a winger. He's slow, he's predictable, and for me, he would be a rotational player in the middle. I would have Johnson in Kulu's place, and left Richarlison wouldn't get anywhere near the team ever if it was down to me. I think he's an absolutely diabolical player. But obviously we've got Perisic out, we've got Solomon out, so Hill arguably could, be worth a try. But I think in the transfer market in January, we need to get some wingers that can run at players and win the ball, do decent crosses in. They're just, in Angie's system, I just don't think they fit the wingers that we've got. Brennan Johnson, I thought, was superb when he come on. I mean, he's quick. He gave us that different option. But, I mean, I wouldn't have Richarlison anywhere near that starting 11 for any game. Sorry, I know a lot of people do like him, and I've got nothing against the guy. I just don't think he's good enough.
Listen, I completely agree. I don't know when we've tried him through the middle, when Son was out wide. Now we've swapped them over, and the guy we can see that Richarlison's trying. I agree with you. I don't think it's through lack of effort. I don't think he's not trying or he's not bothered, and you can see how disappointed he is whenever he's substituted. I agree with you. I think we've gone up. We've got the level required now. Means that the players around have all got to start, and with players that we brought in of a certain quality. Now it's about having the bench, like we got Bentancur back, and we've got obviously Brendan Johnson's a good player. I think because that level is going up and up and up, you're starting to notice the players are not quite there anymore, and that's where I feel. And I was saying this to Nick as well. I feel like come January, if we don't rectify that, or at least bring a couple of players in, I think we're going to feel. I think the good that we're doing this half of the season will kind of go off if we don't really sort that out in January. I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think we need the sort of the Arbis, Netos, the quick wingers that run down, chase them, like beat their man, and I think that's a real weak link. We must have the only wingers who are just the most predictable players, and it's so frustrating to watch. But you're right, because we brought in such quality, you really see the drop off now. And the wingers are the weak links for me, and also the bench obviously is. Luckily, Benny was back, and I thought he was good when he come on. But when you look at our bench and you see the likes of Skip on there and Forster, and it's like, there's a lot of work still need to be done. But we're overachieving. It's the start of a massive project, and things are going good. It'll be interesting to see what will happen should we get any injuries, or when we start losing a couple of games, how everyone's going to react.
I think for as long as we are strong in the middle, or for the spine, throughout the middle, for as long as we've got those players, even when we don't win, which inevitably will happen at some point, I don't think we're going to get battered. I think we may lose a game, but I don't see us getting battered. But I do think that it's the middle, link that keeps us in games, because sometimes, like we said, even tonight's game, that's going to be people will realise looking at the games, actually Spurs are not quite the team that in the wide areas. I think if we can kind of just block them coming through the middle, allow them to go wide, we might be just all right. And I think that's gonna be the theme for any teams looking at Palace tonight. Say, you know what, we can set up, and actually if we can score, then we make it really difficult for them to because if we go 1-0 down in some of those chances that Vicario saved us tonight, you've got a really, really tough game, because if they set up like that, we're going 1-0 up. We really got a mountain to climb. So, listen, these are good things. I'm happy to see that they give us the respect that they do. I'm glad they're set up in that way, because it shows, well, we can't really go toe to toe with them. But I think we saw in a few occasions of what Palace did that we can be got at. And I feel like you're right when you say like a better team might have taken those chances, and then we'll see how do we overcome that. Those are questions that we're going to have to answer in games to come. But I agree with you. If we don't really start sorting that out soon, and this is where the board and so forth, I don't want to get into that because we know you guys know how I feel about it all. But I think they will come into play, and I just think that the team and the manager and the fans, I have to say, we're united, and we're saying, look, they're doing everything they can. Then when it's time for you to do all you can, you need to really support that. Otherwise, what we've done up to now will be a complete waste for the second half of the season. My head is already there. I'm already there in my mind, and I'm looking forward to see how this team and manager are supported when they will need it.
Exactly, and it's not just going to be January. It's got to be consistently supported, because it's going to take a while to get rid of all the rubbish that we've accumulated and bring in the level of players that we need. But yeah, like I say, it's a good start. Don't get carried away, everyone, but enjoy the ride.
We're winning the league, no, Kate?
I know you're probably going to ask about Chelsea in here as well. What are your thoughts now? Because obviously we have to kind of mention Chelsea, our ex-manager coming back to White Hart Lane for his first visit. How are you about it all? I really want to know what you think about this game. Not only the game, but Pochettino, everything that's...
Is it not when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, Pochettino is dead?
Oh, no, come on.
No, is that not what you're going to say? I'm loving big.
I'll leave you to the singing. I'm okay.
I'm not sure the reception he'll get. I mean, I personally would never boo him, simply because he gave me so many amazing memories and took us on such a great ride. I don't like that he's Chelsea, but he's got to earn a living and he's done it, and that's it. It's insignificant to me now. Move on. Unfortunately, Chelsea have just started hitting a bit of form, which is concerning. I do still think we've got enough to beat them. I think had it be sort of later on in the season when they get their real big guns back, I wouldn't be so confident. But we saw they went all Spursy against Arsenal. I mean, they was absolutely in full control of that game and just fell off. I don't know I still don't know how Arsenal ever managed to get a draw out of that game. But
Pochettino messed up his substitutions for me.
Well, yeah,
for me,
exactly.
that allowed Arsenal. They lost their momentum, and Arsenal had to go for them, and they kind of got in. Once they got in, they knew they were going to draw. But yeah, I think Poch really played a massive part for them, because he done so well to get into that point, and then he messed it up with his substitutions.
So maybe it's Poch. Maybe it's Poch that's Spursy and not Spurs. Possibly. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not
Spursy. We're still Spursy.
I'm not saying.
I hate that word with a passion. I don't ever use it. I just want to move away from that. But,
I know, and But it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to lose that tag. But I agree with you. It's awful. But I do think we have got enough to beat them. But we need to be playing better than we played tonight. We need to be more clinical in front of goal. As I said, I wouldn't be starting Richarlison under any circumstances. And I think if we go at them and can get early goal, I'm pretty confident we'll beat them.
I like it, man.
I like, an early goal. Stadium's going to be rocking.
Exactly.
Go and get another one. Go and get another one. Go and get another one. Go and get another one.
That's got to be the strength from Spurs, just trying to get a goal in the first sort of 15, 20 minutes. Then you've got the team where you want. You've drawn them out. You've got to draw them out. Their plan goes to the plan like Palace that will fall after 20 minutes if they concede. But the problem was we didn't get in, and that's what gave them. And also the referee allowing so many fouls by the same players, continuously fouling them, allowed all of that to kind of pick up momentum. We can't let any team settle, especially at White Hart Lane.
Exactly.
I always call that White Hart Lane. We can't let anyone settle there. We need to get into them, get that goal, and then you play the game that they got to play your game rather than you playing theirs.
We've got a long break now, so they've got plenty of time to rest up, train hard, and get ready to come out of the blocks flying at home. But like I say, if we can score in the first 15 minutes, I think it could be a pretty comfortable win. Wow. It's when it goes on to sort of the second half, and it's still a little bit nervy. They need to sort of make sure that Chelsea don't get an early goal and silence our fans. We've got to keep the atmosphere up nice and high, and get in there early, and hopefully we'll smash them all over the place.
Okay, how happy was you to see Bentancur back on the pitch?
Oh.
I mean, I was ecstatic, and I mean, I'm not as ecstatic as him seeing Emerson coming on the pitch, but
wet floor signs everywhere behind here, Iggy, isn't there?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Not again. It's so nice to have Benny back. I was a little bit nervous about playing him tonight because I thought it might be a bit early, but it's amazing to see him back. He's such a brilliant player and such an integral part of our team. I just hope he can stay fit, get fully recovered, because we're going to need him in December with all those fixtures. Then January, of course, when the Asian Cup and the African Cup of Nations, we need these players to be ready. So we've just got to take care of him, wrap him in bubble wrap, and make sure that he stays fit and ready for when he's called upon.
Yeah, 100%. Great call, Kate. Anyone in the chat that hasn't, head over to Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Go and give her a like and subscribe. Like as well this stream and everything else. And we'll see you again soon, maybe, Kate.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Iggy. Thanks, Nick. See you soon.
Take care.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
See ya. Bye.
Sammy, is that it? That is it. 'Cause everywhere we go, I'm loving big engines instead. Look, guys, it's another win for Tottenham Hotspur. 5 points clear.
I can't
Top of that table. We don't need to worry about our weekend being ruined. We can sit and watch we
don't play weekends anymore.
We don't play weekends anymore.
Don't worry about your weekends.
I think the next weekend game is, I don't know, Man City maybe in December. I don't know. Who cares? We're doing this weekday thing. How we're doing it. But look, we're
only
Spurs
play
fans,
Monday to Friday.
Yeah, Monday to Friday. We don't play
weekends are off.
We can enjoy the Manchester derby on Sunday. Hopefully there'll be some injuries that could help us when we come to them. Not that I want that to happen because, the excuses, you didn't play their best team. Or this person was injured. So why are you celebrating? But look, Spurs fans, we need to enjoy it. Let's not get carried away. I know Anne just said, let's get carried away. But
enjoy the moment. Live the moment.
Live for the moment.
We move.
Exactly. And then we move. Yeah? We move and we move and we move. And we'll see what happens against Chelsea. Thank you to everyone that's joined us in the chat, everyone that's liked, everyone that's commented on the stream.
Shelfside says, Shelfside Spurs Show. I'm trying to get my words
You can't get it out.
Shelfside Spurs Show. Don't forget to go and like and subscribe.
If you haven't, head over to Shelfside Spurs Show. You can see me, you can find Rez. Head over to Tottenham Away to find Iggy, Stel, JP, Will.
Mari.
Who else? Mari.
Yeah, we're
Who
all
else?
there.
Who
We're all
else?
there.
No, I'm missing Maz,
Maz, Lee, they're all there.
Lee,
man.
all of them, all of the
Guys,
crew over there.
Smash that like and subscribe.
But guys and girls, we will see you again soon. The Ben and Sim we'll have the match day vlogs. We'll have the high post-match highlights. We'll have everything on. We'll obviously have Ben and Sim will probably be back tomorrow. So if you subscribe, you've hit that notification bell, you'll be able to be notified when the content is on the channel. So thank you all for joining us. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs!